Is it a feeling of excitement or relief, or satisfaction, or a bit of everything?
A lot of satisfaction. I thought the quality of the group was just a real joy to be part of, really. To get down to the death in the first game, they saved a try at the death and then do it again here. Brian Ty saved a try at the death. Turbo saved one where they most likely didn't have to. It's good to be part of a group like that.
The first team to keep Queensland nil here at this venue.
Is it?
Ever. So what does that say and how proud are you of that?
Yeah, well, I think it says a lot about the team. They all, they all bought in or whatever it is, but they just enjoyed each other's company. They worked hard. Like, we work hard. And they had a few challenges, we had to move and a few things went against them, but I thought, the sign of how strong the whole group was the way they defended on their line. They just, apart from the kick, I don't really think they look like breaking us, really.
Freddie, how would you describe the group? It's beautiful to watch them in attack and defence, but also just the camaraderie around the team too.
He's a man to ask.
Teddy, what does that feel like to be a part of? And can you describe?
Yeah, it's pretty special. The best, all the best players in the game that are at the top of their game, and coming to a team all together to come. We've all bonded really well, and there's no egos, which is a huge thing. Everyone's just happy to do their role, and they've taken a lot of confidence from their club footy, and it's just cool to be a part of. Everyone's just working for each other. I mean, that's what we talked about all week and all both camps, is just working for the guy next to you and having that close bond, and it shows on the field how we play. Everyone's just working in attack and defence, and everything's just flowing, and it's awesome to be a part of. Yeah.
That confidence is certainly warranted, though, Freddie, isn't it?
Oh yeah, after those two games, yeah, I think you can't not be confident to come out in front of a big crowd and back yourself. And there's some really nice slick tries, but then back yourself under pressure to defend your line. So without confidence, you just shrink. So you can only pick confident players. Simple as that.
Freddie, a couple of months.
Absolutely. I don't know where.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure what the latest is, but since it come about again, COVID, it's just been about getting on with the job, whatever it is, and our job's sort of changed at different stages, and our scenarios have changed, but there's a lot of other people doing an awful lot worse than us. So just grateful that we got a chance to play in front of a great crowd tonight.
You were part of the sweep.
Monster moments from Latrell in that first half.
Yeah, all defence. He took the intercept, he pushed Val Holmes over, he came up with some big tackles. His defence was outstanding. Bit of decision making over there. That was going to be a fellow they wanted to go to that side, but that was some big plays early.
Brad, you were part of the sweep in 2000. Would you love this group to achieve that?
Yeah, they should, absolutely. That's and if I go back to that team, that was a great team. So it's a bit of a sign of respect to each other.
They're hard to come by, the sweeps as well. I mean, even that great Queensland team didn't have
They only
a
had
whole
one.
heap of them. So, I mean, they are really precious sort of things if you can get a 3-0 in an Origin.
So the only sweep they had was after they got beat. So I'm pretty sure it was 2015, is that right? 10 was it?
2010, yeah.
Well, and only the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're hard. They're not easy.
What do you make of that history, Teddy? I mean, you'd be aware of it. The 2000 team's regarded as one of the best New South Wales teams.
Yeah, I sort of spoke in the sheds and I couldn't remember the last time it was a full sweep. So, I remember back then around the 2000 era was some of the best footy players that we've had in our time. So, it's pretty rare to get the sweep as we're just saying. So, but the team we've got, there's no reason not to. So, especially going back to hopefully a home game in Sydney or around Sydney would be pretty special to go 3-0 and lift the shield in front of our home fans.
What does it mean for you, Teddy? not just captained the team, but now you've captained them to a series win, and you've had to do it 2 games in Queensland as well to get there.
Yeah, it's pretty special to just to be a part of it. Yeah, but to be captain, I think obviously we've had Boyd in Ken this week, and yeah, I've obviously learned a lot of him over the past few years. Obviously at Roosters and club level and state level, and just the leadership he's shown. I've learned a lot off him, and I know he would have loved to be a part of this as well. But yeah, to be a captain of this team, the talent in this team is unbelievable, and just, yeah, to be a captain, it's pretty cool.
Have you say about Teddy's performance tonight and throughout the series?
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, just on the ball, busy. Just no one else plays like Teddy at the moment, and then you have the luxury of having sort of Turbo and Latrell with such strike out wide, and then I think one time you skip from one side to the other and the ball end up going down the right hand side, and we scored a try. Yeah, he just plays like no other fullbacks ever played before, just making his own sort of path and own way. You know, I think we've sort of come out of an era where everyone played a lot like Billy. He was an incredible player, Billy, and Teddy's sort of just doing a little bit different, and I like watching it. It's great, and tonight to be able to do it under pressure in big games, you know, making big plays. That's why he's our captain.
How brave was Nathan tonight, Brad? I mean, he looked like he was favouring his shoulder there for quite a while, and they'd obviously put a target on his head, and they couldn't get near him really. What did you make of the way he delivered for you?
Yeah, well, once again, he's starting to learn how to deliver on big games. His preparation is unbelievable. You know, and then to do it under the duress of an injury. Well, last game he got cut, and you know, that was a bit stressful because, you know, having to take him off, and there was indecision around that as well. And then, yeah, hopefully his shoulder's all right. I feel like I got told initially that it's not too bad. So, but yeah, he's done 2 big games now under a fair bit of stress. So, pretty good.
Did you feel for Mulatalo today and what he had to go through?
Yeah,
Eligibility?
absolutely. And for Reece as well, you know. You know, we're all young and we're all playing our first game, and you know, everyone wants to play in front of that, but you know, we didn't make up the rules. So there's only one person's fault there.
Are you shocked that it got as far as it did, like game day? It's pretty gut-wrenching.
Yeah, it is.
I guess, like, just was there a disruption to you guys as well, as much as to? I mean, Queensland, it was obviously hugely disruptive. Was it disruptive to you as well in terms of your playing?
No, we knew what we had to do, and nothing changed in our team, nothing changed in our mentality. So we knew there was obviously a lot of media and outside noise, but for us it was just business as usual. So I think that showed in our performance.
Freddie, like last year there was a fair bit after the series of sort of comment about your selections and stuff like that. Did you have to go away and sort of reassess your own thought processes going into this series in terms of how you picked your team and basing it on form and things like that, or where'd you go?
Well, I think this team there was 7 players different from last team. A lot of that was due to injury. So I was very confident with this team. But, you know, I think every time you lose, you go away and reassess. And, you know, we'll have some changes again next year. We'll lose some staff next year. So, you know, we're going to make some changes next year. So we've got some big decisions. And that's mostly my most important decision, you know, the people I put around the players. So there'll be some decisions made again. But, yeah, I think losing always makes you always reassess and go a bit harder, I suppose.
I guess there's been a lot of talk about how much strike you've got, particularly in that back line. Do you feel like you have you unlocked the full potential of that, or is there still more that could possibly come out of that group?
Don't know. Pretty good players there at the moment. They play a pretty good brand of footy. I don't think they do it pretty well. So, and then to defend like that, and then, you know, we had a 90-metre, 80-metre try disallowed because someone was sort of, you know, one of those Cam Murray was offside of the play of the ball, and to be able to do both is pretty entertaining.
Did you have to give middles a rap too?
Yeah, they were awesome. We knew we had to go through the middle. That was going to be our tough challenge, and obviously they had a few good middles back as well with Papali and Welsh playing back in the team, and our forwards just stood up. Yeah, we obviously we missed Jakey as well. I'm feeling Jakey's not here because he deserves it more than anyone. But yeah, our forwards are awesome. Gussie came in. I thought he was really good as well. So yeah, we just knew if we went toe to toe with them, that scoreboard was going to take care of itself, and that's what it did.
Freddie wrapped obviously as New South Wales coach, but for I guess the health of Origin football, how important is it that Queensland are competitive?
It's not our, mate, it's not my job or decision or, at all.
What's more important, Game 3 being in New South Wales or a full stadium?
I'm just waiting. There's a lot going on. Some people are making big decisions on the health of states, and we'll leave that to them. They've done a pretty good job up to now. So, but I'm pretty sure we're staying at Kingscliff, which is a pretty nice place. So I'm not that disappointed.
Freddie, you've now won 3 of the past 4 series. You've got the likes of Teddy, Turbo, Latrell, Nathan. Is this just the beginning of what this group can do? We've seen a huge Queensland era. Do you believe that there is now a sort of a golden era for New South Wales coming ahead?
It can be. It's up. A lot of things have got to work in your favour, but the thing I like about it was they scored 50 in the first game and they looked fantastic and scored some brilliant tries and played a totally different brand of footy that we've seen before. It's not your conventional plays that you've seen before. It's people playing in all over the field, and then tonight they defended their line to 0, which hasn't been done before. So it just shows, I think what they're saying to us is we don't all have to play the same, and if we play to people's, to their talents, and we can make the game very exciting, and we've got a lot of good athletes in our game. So, and I think they've proven it the last 2 games.
If that's the case in attack and defence, then where's the growth here? What would you like to work on for Game 3, if anything, or where would you like to see growth in the side?
I think in both games actually we didn't there was a few errors, and there's some stuff you can always tidy up, and they're only good because they're hard on themselves and they know they can get better. So I just think we can make it look better and smarter and